It is no secret that life is tough. Sometimes it's so tough where we feel like complaining. But who do we direct our complaints to? What is the art of complaining to Hashem so that He can hear our prayers? Isn't complaining something terrible? Wouldn't it seem like we're blaming Hashem, our God, for all our troubles? Isn't He going to be upset with us and punish us? Today we will learn from the insights of Rabbi Yemima Mizrahi and Parshat Beshalach. The fact that life is tough is actually a message to us. Does that mean that we can never cry? We as the Jewish women can transform our cry into song to get Hashem's attention in a positive way. This parsha gives us this remarkable secret of complaining to Hashem the right way. How do we make our complaints evidence of our faith? There is an art of complaining to Hashem to win favor with Him in 3 simple steps. Number 1 is the target. Number 2 is the tone. And number 3 is the content. Target. It says in Shemot, the entire assembly of the children of Israel complained against Moshe and Aaron in the wilderness, end quote. Immediately upon hearing this complaint from the nation, what did Moshe instruct him to do? He said to direct your complaints toward the only one who has the capability to help you, and that is Hashem. Moshe said, your complaints are not against us, but against Hashem. He told this to the Jewish nation. Practically, how foolish am I if I direct my complaints towards my husband, my children, or myself? Directing our frustration toward any target other than Hashem is a futile effort that generates only further negativity. Hashem, please give me the clarity on how to best approach the situation. Hashem, please help me to understand what message are you sending me with these occurrences in my life. Hashem, what are you trying to teach me since I must be able to get along with this difficult person in my life? Hashem, you gave me the situation to succeed. I am not sure what is my next step. I know that this is happening to me for my ultimate benefit. This is ultimately what is best for me. Tone. How do you express your frustration? Parents and teachers often ask their children and their students to speak pleasantly, to say please. In other words, even when we are stressed and in a difficult situation and feel intensely pressured, we must respond in a pleasant way. We must direct our thoughts and our speech in a pleasant way in order to express ourselves appropriately. Please, Hashem, help me deal with this stressful situation. You are the only one who can ultimately help me. It is interesting, another practical thought is where at work many people are often very stressed, but yet they're still able to control themselves and act appropriately towards their employer and employees. Yet, sometimes when we feel comfortable with our families, we may feel, I can act the way I feel. I don't have to say please now. I don't have to be so nice. But we can do it because when we do it at work, this shows us that we can do it. The more we do it, the more it becomes a part of us. The more it creates, our habits create who we are. 3, the content of your words. There are 2 types of complaints. When the nation needed to quench their thirst for even a drop of water, they said, we can't survive without you, to Hashem. But when they ate the manna, they criticized it, calling inferior bread. It says in Bamidbar. So what is the difference between these 2 complaints? One complaint, the content of the words were that one is directed towards Hashem, and the other one was calling the manna inferior bread, criticizing what Hashem himself gave them. Practically, when you are intensely dissatisfied with a particular situation, remember that complaining about the situation in a critical manner will, God forbid, put a negative stamp on it forever. You won't be able to thank something once you're complaining about it. To Hashem, it's just, you just complained to me about it. Why are you thanking me? It doesn't make sense. Yes, there's teshuvah. Yes, there's a way we can go back and apologize. But when we practice habits that will prevent us from complaining altogether, that's a plus for us and a way we can discover within ourselves ways we can approach situation in a natural way in order to give us practical steps for the future. In order for us to see that situation, say, you know what, this is difficult for me. This is very stressful for me. Let me approach it the right way with the 3 steps of targeting the complaint towards Hashem. The tone of my complaint has to be kind and nice, and the content of my words have to be not critical. Instead, turn your complaint into a prayer for the future. May we learn that the art of complaining to emphasize to Hashem our strong dependence on Him. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming.